Okay, let's roll into our post race for tonight's 16th annual Kroger 250 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, and our race winner is our 2013 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, Matt Crafton. He drove the number 88 Ideal Doors Menards Toyota. And congratulations, Matt. This is your first win at Martinsville. You get that unique trophy that they hand out, the grandfather clock, and certainly this has to be a special win for you as we embark on this season.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's definitely one of those places you want to win at, just because that grandfather clock's such an awesome trophy to have in your house. And finally, we got it. I don't know how many times I finished second, but I'll tell you, too many times. And to see those guys with those grandfather clocks, and I said my teammate, he's got two of them. So to finally get one of them and to get one from my crew chief, it's awesome, without a doubt. And beginning of the day, we were terrible. I mean, I'm not going to lie, we were terrible. We were really, really tight center off, and like I said, just kept nipping away at it through each adjustment. And finally, we got it pretty darn good right there at the end.
Questions now for our race winner, Matt Crafton. We'll start here with Hank.
Hey, Matt, when you don't lead at all until late in the race, do you feel like you stole it when you get the lead and go on to win, or was that just great strategy and brilliant driving?
How was that stealing? I think we led like, what, 30, 40, whatever? I mean,
When you don't do
like I said, you save your stuff, and like I said, if you don't have the best car or truck there at the beginning of a run and you make changes throughout the race, I mean, that's about having a smart crew chief and, like I said, someone putting their head on their shoulders and not tearing the stuff up. So not so much stealing, I wouldn't say. That's just beating it at the end when it counts.
Joining Matt is his crew chief, Carl Joyner. And Carl, congratulations on this win here tonight. And as Matt was talking about, might not have had the best truck there at the beginning of the race, but certainly had the best one at the end of the race, and that's what counts. And maybe talk about how that all came about.
Just a lot of hard work and grinding. You know, I always tell my guys we got to grind, and excuse me, that's what we did today. You know, the track was definitely different when we started, and we had about a 10th place truck, I think, after that first run. And we just, you know, Matt always does a better job than everybody of telling me what he needs, and I always tell him, just if you just tell me what you need, I'll do my best to give it to you. And I know that if I give it to him, he'll beat them all. So just hats off to the guys with a good stop at the end and good solid adjustments all day. And we saved the best for the end.
Exactly. Questions now. We'll open it back up for Matt or Carl. Any questions here? Anybody on the front row have a question? Got Kenny Bruce has one.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. For both of you guys, how much more of a guess was it going out there before the start of the race today, as opposed to if you guys had been able to qualify on Saturday and the race had been run on Saturday, and you go out there today after the Cup race had been run, not really knowing what was going on?
One of the biggest things, like I said, is we didn't know. Like I said, the track didn't lay a ton of rubber, but it definitely had more rubber on it than what we usually see to start a race or at the end of a race. And we had our adjustments in it because we thought we were going to be the first one to run, and we started off, and we were just way, way too tight. I don't know if we would have been right if it didn't have so much rubber on it, but we just had to keep undoing some of our adjustments that we did to keep the thing turning there at the end of the race. And it was just, I said, we went halfway on the first adjustment, and then another tire pressure adjustment, and then another track bar adjustment there at the end. And finally, like I said, it was close. I mean, without a doubt. But like I said, I still think we could have been better, without a doubt. When Timothy, I was started second, and we fell in behind Timothy, I was just trying to pace myself and not burn my tires up, because like I said, the left side tires are so soft. Goodyear brings such an awesome tire here, and you can go like heck right at the beginning of a run, but you're gonna be punished at the end of it. And like I said, it was, I think, 50 to go when I was running second at that point, and I just wanted to pace him. And then he hit that dirt down there in 1 and 2, slid up the racetrack, and I said, this is my time to pounce and get out there and just go like crazy at that point.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Jeff Clark from USA Today. What are you going to do with your clock? Where are you going to put it?
It's going to go somewhere in my living room, without a doubt. Like I said, my wife always tells me I get, like I said, the championship trophy. It sits by the front door, and she said I can keep that one there for this year, and hopefully we can put one there for next year. But like I said, she only lets me keep the trophy in the living room area for 1 year until the next race and see if we can put another one back there. So it'll go somewhere in the living room until they expire, without a doubt.
Bob Pockris?
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Did you have any concerns that you might not get a full race in because going after the Cup race and the amount of daylight, and it's such a quick turnaround between the two races? We're like, oh my gosh, we're racing already.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be close, right, especially right there at the end when we got the lead, and it was, I think, 15 to go, and then you definitely see it was getting dark, and then there was 5 to go, and we went green at that point, and it was getting dark. I'm going, it is getting dark, guys, and they're going, yeah, they're going to really listen to me right now. The guy that's leading the race, go, yeah, he's screaming dark, but I knew we were going to get it in at that point. So I said, those last restarts, I'm not going to lie, I want to throw up my helmet because I know what that grandfather clock would mean to all of us to be able to get that and have it at the shop. So I said, man, they're just trying to anticipate each green flag in that box, and Timothy kept lagging back so far. I mean, I would see him coming with a run, and you don't want to fire too soon or too late, and he's going to drive back by you. With the second to last restart, he almost went by me into turn 1, and I got him held out there, and I said I thought we were going to be all right then. I mean, I was timing it, honestly. Like I said, about 2 hours into the Cup race, and it was there. And then at the end, there's always that middle part of the Cup race when they go 150 laps straight green. I knew that they were going to do that at some point, and that was going to help us. And because up to that point, they were just yellow after yellow, and they're going, we're going to have to race this thing on Monday. I don't want to be here another day.
Dustin, and then Jim?
Dustin Long, MRN.com. And Matt, you talked about the challenges you guys had at the beginning of the race. How much of a factor was it running after the Cup race with the way the track conditions were? I mean, obviously you normally wouldn't run like that. Did the track conditions, because you're running after the Cup race, affect things that much for you?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I truly believe it had more rubber on it. Like I said, it didn't lay rubber like it usually does after a Cup race because it wasn't hot enough to lay a bunch of rubber down, but it definitely had more rubber on it than a 250-mile race or 250-lap race that we usually run, and that's what we were banking on with, I think, our setup-wise, not having that much rubber on the racetrack and our stuff turning because of not having the rubber on the racetrack. And I tried to talked to a few people during the Cup race and right at the end of the Cup race, and they said, oh, it tightened up without a doubt. And I'm going, oh my God, I don't really want to tell him how much it actually did tighten up. And he said, Menard told me, oh yeah, it definitely tightened up. So I'm like, oh God. So at that point, we can't do anything about it. Just got to go and run your first run and see what we got.
Jim Utter?
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer, having won last season, now winning a race so early this season. Does that make you feel even better about your chances this season?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, because we have the main core group of guys are back with us from 2013 to this year, and to be able to get that win out of the way and knock down some more. And I said, and not like we're going to go into cruise mode, but there at the end of the season, or in the middle part of the season, we had that big points lead, and I didn't want to be that guy that lost a 50-something point lead in a championship. And everybody said, oh, you guys are top 10 us to death. But at that point, we couldn't take any chances because we didn't want to be that fool that lost a 50-something point lead and be that guy for the rest of our life to live with.
Back here, Chris.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com. Matt, congratulations. I just wondering if you learned anything with the new truck that you can maybe utilize for a short track down the road.
The truck, I don't think it's really any different from here. We're going to see without a doubt. When we go to Kansas next and then Charlotte, those places are going to be the places that we're going to really see. I mean, there's a little bit of difference just because of the splitter and how everything was mounted in the front. There's not much at Martinsville, but when we go to Kansas and Charlotte, we're definitely going to see the difference there. We can't tell you all those secrets. Like I said, it's all about. I said this guy sitting next to me, and all the guys that work on that truck, and all the guys that Thor Sport has, Duke and Rhonda Thorson, give us to win races and to do what we do on short tracks. And it's so awesome to be able to do it on a short track because that's where we grew up. That's, like I said, that's where our roots came from on the short tracks, not the mile and a half. So to come do it at places like this is awesome.